Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Hoops Podcast. Hoops Podcast, man. Special guest, Calvin Garth in the background, class of 2028, stellar guard, man. Up the road, like I said, Jonesboro High School, Georgia Star champion, Georgia Star URBL Peach Jam champion. I say that again, Georgia Stars Peach Jam champion in the background today, man. So stay tuned for that. We're going to bring on my co-host, Najee Wilkins, first and foremost, the man with the plan. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. Excited to have this elite guest on in the building, man. One of the top players, I think, in the country, and Calvin Goss. Tell his story a little bit, man. But super excited to be here tonight, man.
Definitely, brother. So appreciate you coming on as always. Appreciate you being an extraordinary, exquisite co-host. So the wait is no longer to be waited on. Let's bring on Calvin Goss. What's up, brother? You good?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I can't hear y'all at all.
That's crazy.
on StreamYard, bro.
I can read y'all. I just know y'all just said that's crazy, but I can't hear y'all at all.
All right, man.
All right, if you can be down lit,
I can't hear nothing.
Try to leave and then come back.
Leave and come back?
Yes, yeah.
Sir. All right.
I'm so tired of StreamYard, bro. Like, they're pissing me off. They did that in my last one when I went live. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, but I don't know, clue, man.
What are they doing?
What are they doing, man? I don't hear nobody else talking about this.
Like, come on, bro. Y'all finna make somebody go to another platform, bro. I like it, but damn.
Facts.
Like, come on. It shouldn't be that hard to bring on a guest and then talk. And damn.
Let's see what we got.
All right, I can hear y'all now.
Ooh, pristine. Yes, sir. All right, let me see if I get this right. All right, there we go. All right, smooth, brother. So, Calvin Goss, man, you know what I mean? Just before we get into your story, man, how was the day went? How was it been being out of school? I know you're busy, but just update us with your journey.
Yes, sir. Today's been good. I did 2 workouts today. I'm recovering from a sprained ankle injury from last live period. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far.
When you say last live period, you talking about GBCA?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you know what I mean? I saw you play against Jamar, you know what I mean? Still looked, you know what I mean, explosive. And that was a hell of a battle, man. So you dealing with an ankle injury, how do you know what I'm saying, still make it look like you are at least 95% healthy?
Just being able to just play through it and just don't let it like beat me down.
100% well said, man. So when how long have you been knowing Jamar? You know, like y'all had some chemistry on, and then in the comments, I was going to, you know.
Me and Jamar, we done known each other since, I'd say, really elementary. We done played with each other and played against each other, but we mostly played with each other a lot with TSF.
Okay, yeah. So is he originally from like the South Side?
A little bit.
Okay. All right, so man, also for the hoop fans that's out there that really knows about the Skills Factory, you know what I mean, just what did it do for your game or your early development?
It did a lot because at practices it was full speed, not taking any plays off in practice. We had to play full speed, play hard, everything. And our main goal with TSF was defense, just straight defense. Offense would come to us.
Yeah, I like that. Defense is a thing that you have to want to do. So I say, what you said, like 75% want to, and then 35 or whatever, just technique.
Yeah.
All right, that's a bet.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about just your back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying, where did your love of basketball come from?
Really it just came from me being in the gym a lot with my dad and my auntie. They both used to be in the gym a lot, working out and doing open runs and stuff. So I used to always be in the gym with them, and it just it came on to me, and I loved it.
So can you, like, aside from that, do you remember what was your first moment when it clicked for you? Like, yeah, this is something I'm gonna be doing for a long time.
Actually, I think I went to an NBA game. I actually went to go see the Atlanta Hawks play, like when I was young. and it was a great experience, and I loved it.
Who was it? Was this Trey Young? It's like Jamal. No, you probably too young.
Jeff Teague, Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That's like what 2014 maybe ish.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So you a Hawks fan then?
A little bit.
That's
Mostly
all right.
Lakers.
Lakers fan. Okay, hey, man, it's a big brand. That's a big brand. Who would you say? Let me stay on point. Let me stay on target. So was that open gym with your pops and your auntie, Hawks fans? And we saw it with Hawks fan or kinda saw them. We kind of fell in love and knew you wanted to do this for a long time. Who taught you the game? Was it a combination of your pops and your auntie, and kind of who you know what I mean? Who taught you the most?
My dad. Yep. Like the whole journey, it's always been me and him working out almost every day. Started really young. Started at like say 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay. Let's see. What do you get the most from him? I mean, is it going downhill? Just being a dog in general, hard. What is it that you get from him the most?
You said what?
What trait do you get from your pops like the most? Is it just going downhill, being a dog, shooting qualities, defense?
Being
What
a
do you get?
dog.
Being a
Being a
dog.
dog. Yes. That dog mentality.
I bet that. All right. So you get your dog quality from pops. What did you get from auntie?
Floor general.
Floor general.
Sir.
Nice.
She was a small guard back in high school and college.
Okay. She was a small guard. You know what I'm saying? What you like 6'1", 6'2" now?
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
So is it how tall are you supposed to grow into, or is that what you're peaking out at?
I think 6'2", 6'3".
6'2", 6'3". You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
the sentiment about small guards, we see Jalen Brunson just do his thing. Darius Acuff just went top 10. How do you take the small guard critique and, you know what I'm saying, still use it to your advantage?
I say just like all small guards, like they got to be leaders on the court and be the floor general. Like it's not really all about scoring; it's about getting your teammates the right reads and just making the right reads. And then with being a small guard, you got to be a pest on defense.
Describe your game and then just describe your game in general. What is it?
I say I'm an athlete. I'm athletic, floor general. Like I said, pest on defense, and I'm a dog.
No shot creator?
I know how to get. I'm a shot creator. I can get shots up, most definitely.
100%.
I know
100%.
how to
So
get my open shots when I need to.
you do everything. I'm not gonna say everything, but you do a lot for Jonesboro basketball team right now. Y'all went to the Elite Eight last year.
Final Four
last year. Just talk about that journey. Talk about the highs and lows. Started the season with Cortez and Jonte. Then when they had to go to school, then it's kind of sputtered a little bit. I got back on track and proved a lot of people wrong. Just talk about that process.
At the start, everything it was like the whole season was a great season.
Yeah.
First off, I had a great time with my teammates and my coaches. At the start with Jonte and Diggy, like all the chemistry was there because everybody that was there was the same team from my 9th grade year. And once they left, nothing really changed. We still had the same chemistry. Our first game without them, we got the win. So it really showed that we still had chemistry and we kept going for them. And it was a lot of ups and downs. It was a lot of setbacks, but we still pushed through with it.
Nah, no doubt. Who would you say? Was it a 3-headed leadership room in there with them being upperclassmen, or who was it? Was it a group of leaders, or was it a one set leader with that team last year?
It was really a group of leaders. Everybody had a part in being a leader on the team.
100%. So when you have that, you know what I mean, how is it I guess how is it being a leader on that team? You know what I mean? In general, as a co-leadership thing, does it feel like it's a one-led message, or is it some people that's like, all right, we're gonna do it this way, we're gonna do it this way? Is it splitting hairs, or was it the one direction type of leadership thing?
It was always like a one way. Like we all agreed. We agreed with everything we said. Even if like if we didn't agree with it, we were still gonna go with it because it was either the right thing, or if it was the wrong thing, we was just gonna have to deal with it.
100%. But I appreciate that insight into the locker room. One more question for me, and I'm gonna throw it to my coach Najee Wilkins. Favorite moment from last year? Was it going to Griffin? Was it playing Stars? Man, what was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment?
Yeah.
The sequence. You know the sequence?
Nah, what's that?
I got a block dunk. It went pretty viral.
It's on your page?
You said what?
Is it on your IG page?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm about to pull it up right now.
Let me see if I think I have it pinned, or do I? Yeah. Let me see how you pin stuff.
It's the first one in it. No, it's not it.
I just pinned it.
All right, bet.
It should be the first one.
Let me refresh. I bet I got it. I'm about to share the screen right now.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went pretty. It went ESPN top 10.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes,
From the top. When one started in the middle.
You see the pass from Diggy too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, and it said, man, this is like the damn.
I like it on both ends too, bro. I like that.
And then put back right here.
Yeah, man. So just talk about this,
a little bit.
Man, that was crazy.
That is
like
crazy.
that whole sequence was crazy. It was. Hey, I couldn't have done without any of my teammates. Actually, it started off with Cortez.
Yeah.
And then it started off with him. Everybody, we still we celebrated for a little bit, but we still got back on defense. Yeah,
two-hand.
It's crazy.
And then the putback too. That's like
It was a lot going on.
Walk us through like the crowd, man. What was the crowd experience like when you doing all that?
Oh my gosh, it was really loud. I'm not gonna lie. You can see my dad right there in the red jacket, just standing up, going crazy. Yeah, the crowd went crazy.
Go ahead, baby.
Nah, so I was gonna ask, like, so who do you play like, brother? You know what I mean? It's a lot going on right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Athletic, floor general, you can score the basketball pass.
I say, I like to say I play like Jalen Brunson, but he's not really as athletic, but he's more of a floor general. He know how to get to his own bucket. Yeah. But I say I'd probably say De'Aaron Fox. Even though he did some crazy stuff in the finals, but still at the end of the day, he a real good player and he know how to play and he's athletic.
I think that's a good That's a good comparison, man. People they sleep on Fox. You know what I mean? He had a great high school take, great career at Kentucky with Coach Cal. You know what I mean? He just been playing with the Kings a little too long. You know what I mean? He gotta give him a little pass. So what do you say about the whole, the whole De'Aaron Fox situation, bro? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man. I don't really want to mess with none of it. He was doing some crazy stuff. It was crazy. But I wasn't rooting for the Spurs. I was really Knicks all the way.
Knicks?
I had it. Yes.
Why the Knicks?
All the way. Brunson. My lefty brother. Guys to go with him.
Huh?
I'm surprised with him being a Hawks fan. There's Hawks and Knicks animosity a little bit.
Yeah, come on, brother. What's up, bro?
I know you know, Calvin. I know you know.
Man. If I had to pick between, I'm going Jalen Brunson.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to.
Let me ask you this: Do you feel like he saved the game a little bit? Right, everybody wanted to kind of like down Wemby. You know, he's 7'4". What he doing for the game? Now everybody like in the NBA want to go for the 6'1", 6'2" guard. Like you got to be 6'6". Do you feel like he kind of saved the NBA a little bit?
Yeah, he did. Everybody now it's really like they were saying it before, but now they're really saying it like small guards run the NBA, and that's true. Small guards really do run the NBA. Like those are really important pieces to basketball. Small guards.
Agreed. What is maybe your favorite aspect or part of his game that you kind of like?
His pace. I love his pace, and then the way he get to the midi.
From your experience, Calvin, do you feel like that mid-range jumper is kind of coming back, right? It's been so predicated on threes and layups. Do you feel like we're seeing kind of that proliferation of the mid-range shot?
Yeah, it's a lot more of that coming back, and I love it.
1,000%. Walk us real quick through just going back to the AAU circuit, playing for Georgia Stars, man. One of the elite basketball programs here in the city and across the nation. What's it like playing for a program like that? They usually get young stars like yourself, and a lot of you guys pop and blow up. Like, talk about playing for a program like that.
It's great playing for a program like Georgia Stars, and I'm most definitely going to play with them for the rest of my high school AAU career. They bring, just like with TSF, it's similar to TSF, defense all the way, and then offense will come to us. They're really focus a lot on hard work and people who are like actually focused and locked in what they want to do.
Now, from your experience, Calvin, for younger athletes that might want to get on that circuit, play EYBL, play for Georgia Stars, how do they get seen? How do they get noticed? How can they find themselves playing for that team?
I'd say just like, I mean, those type of teams, they're gonna come to you. You gotta just show that you're gonna play hard. If you're a small guard or anything in that nature, you can just what I say, be a floor general, show that you have pace and show that you're a pest on defense. Like teams like that, all the top teams, they want small guards that'll be really like pest on defense.
So we know you're a pest on defense. How do you go about, just guarding people? Let's say you're guarding Calvin, a bigger guard, 6'7", 6'8". You 6'1". How do you go about just guarding them and making it difficult for them?
Guarding taller people, I say like pressing up on them, making them dribble the ball because I'm closer to the ground and I'll be able to get the ball before they even get it back in their hands.
There it is. And
just
then
make them put the ball on the floor.
Period. And then I want to talk about your game a little bit. Pace. How do you feel about that part? Do you feel like you can speed up, slow down the game? How do you feel about the pace of your game?
I feel like I have good pace. I know how to slow down and speed up. And I do have quick twitch, all of that, fast twitch.
There it is. Once you walk us through the culture, man, playing for a program like Jonesboro, it feels like they always produce stars or really good players, man, and y'all always in that conversation for contention for a state title. So walk me through like playing for that program, high school level.
Playing through Jonesboro program, it's a really good program. First off, I love their program. I love Jonesboro a lot. I say that it was really like a lot of football players playing for Jonesboro. And like you could see it in the game, how fast they're playing and how quick and physical. But like this year and like the last 2 years, it's been more like actual basketball players, and they're still gonna make us play like football players, hard, fast, and physical. Like that's just how Jonesboro. That's just like our picture. We play fast, physical, and we play hard.
There it is. You've played with this group a little bit, Calvin. Y'all, you played in the GBCA live period for Georgia. How do you feel like this group is starting to kind of mesh? I know you got some really good young guards out there as well. Just talk about this group starting to kind of mesh and come together.
This is a young group. We're mostly juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. So we'll be with each other for the next 2 years. Um, our chemistry is just going. That's all it is. Our chemistry just got to get more higher because everybody on the team they already play hard, and yeah, we just got to play together and just build more chemistry, and then we'll be that's automatic state championship.
Period. Talk about. I know you got your own, thing you do as far as to develop your game and take the next step. But talk about just developing within that Jonesboro program of like how the coaches have been, helping you out with your development as a player as you try to attain and get to that collegiate level in a couple of years.
Um, they help a lot, especially the head coach, Coach Melman. Love him. He helps a lot with like exposure and just getting college coaches into our practices and to games. Um, in practices, he gets us to play really hard in practice, and we do a lot of working out.
There it is. What's been you've played in a lot of circuits? What's been maybe the favorite circuit you played in? What's been maybe your favorite road trip you've done so far?
Mm. I played on the Under Armour and the Nike circuit. My favorite circuit is most definitely the Nike circuit because it's more exposure. To keep it real, it's way more exposure, and the gear is really good. The gear is really good. My favorite trip, Phoenix, Arizona. We went last year. I went last year with Georgia Stars for one of our sessions. Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah.
Why'd you like that one?
It was just a new experience for me. Like I'd never been down there, and the weather was great. It was really good weather, and then we had really good exposure, and there was a lot of college coaches down there for us.
Wow. Okay, I want to go back to the Nike circuit a little bit. So you talked about exposure. I'm assuming competition is better too. Okay. When you think about the Nike circuit a little bit, and what was maybe the biggest notice you see in terms of play? Like, do you see a faster game compared to UA circuit? Do you see more better players? Like what do you see as maybe some differences?
Really both of those. They playing way faster and they play it's a whole lot of more top players in the nation on the Nike circuit.
Gotcha. How do you feel about maybe where the game is going now, Calvin? How have you been just able to adapt a little bit to kind of the changing of the game, seeing freaks in nature, but still being able to put your wholeness on the game and still being able to make an impact?
Um Making my impact, I'll say just how I said, just being more of a floor general. Even if I'm not the most athletic or I'm not gonna like my shots not falling during the game, I'm gonna make an impact either on defense or being a floor general on offense.
There it is. One more before I throw it back to Bacon. What are your goals this upcoming year? What do you want to kind of accomplish? I think maybe one more session is left for high school.
Yes,
What
sir.
what do you want to kind of accomplish right before you get up to season, fall camp, all that good stuff?
Um, I say I want to pick up like 5 offers from this last session if I'm able to. I picked up I picked up 2 from the last one. I want to see if I can go ahead and get 3 more. That and just developing my game even more and just getting better exposure.
100%. Well, let's just stay there, man. Where do you see your game at the highest level?
You said what?
Where do you see your game at the highest level?
As in like NBA stuff, college.
Good question.
Yeah, that's good. I would say like when it's at its highest move, yeah, Super Saiyan 10, you know what I mean? Where's Calvin Goss's game at? You know what I'm saying? Shooting from 40, you know what I mean? Rocker step, crossover from 35. What you trying to do, man?
Shoot, Jalen Brunson.
Nah,
Jalen Brunson. Yes.
100%. So like carbon copy. I mean, you already said a little more athletic or a lot more athletic, probably. You said a little De'Aaron Fox too. So
Like yeah, a mix of them too.
okay.
I would love a mix of them too. I want to get up to that type of athleticism, pace, floor general, all of that. Yeah.
Cut that off. Sorry. Go ahead,
Nah,
Big.
nah, you straight. I like to see the young man's film. This is a big game. So let's since we back on the Jonesboro Woodstock game, man. This game down to the wire really could have went to double OT, man. Just talk me through that. I think you scored with like nine points down the stretch. Just walk me through that. How you could just continuously go when you know the whole defensive game plan surrounded around you.
I'd say just like mostly screens. Like
Yeah,
as you see just right there, using screens a lot. Um, yeah, screens and just running through our offense because our offense is gonna get us the right plays and get us the right reads.
all right, brother. I want to also ask you about. You know what I mean? One junior EYBL Peach Jam. Not a lot of people get to do that. You're one of those ones who will forever have that you know what I'm saying, that notch on, you know what I'm saying, on your NBA, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call it. But once that moment happened for you, what did anything change about like just the aura, you know what I mean? When you go into gyms, when you talk to college coaches, what changed for you?
Hello?
Yep. Can you hear us, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. So question was, whenever you won a junior EYBL Peach Jam, what changed for you in terms of just the all around and going in and out of jams, talking to college coaches? What changed for you after winning Peach Jam?
I mean, like I really didn't change a lot, but I say I did start to get more exposure and more looks and interest from college coaches. I did start to feel more confident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
but not
This
like what's it called, the 15U championship.
is right. I went
Right.
back to back.
Yeah.
All right. So talk about going back to back. I think this. I know it's junior EYBL. A lot of people look at the Booster Twins for going back to back to back, but you know what I mean. If you are one more off, kind of from a 3-peat, so what does it mean to be one of those few to go back to back? Just talk about that moment. You know what I'm saying, when you went back to back.
It was a crazy moment. It felt really good
Yeah.
going back to back and getting that win. Um, hmm, it was for the 15U. We played at the Peace Jam Convention Center in the
Yeah.
main gym, and there was a whole lot of coaches there, and it was a great exposure.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Just when you play in those environments, it's a lot of it. I just talk about playing in that type of environment. You know what's at stake. You know you're on NBA's YouTube page. You got college coaches around you. You know what I mean? NBA stars. How do you stay locked in and don't let the pressure get to you?
All right, I'm gonna keep it real. Like when I first stepped on the court, I was
Yeah,
nervous, real nervous. But like over time, like while I'm on the court, it just starts to go away. All the butterflies just start to go away. I just get back to my regular game and back comfortable and just play my game in front of coaches so they can see that I'm somebody that they should be looking at.
100%. What is a college coach getting, or what is a college program getting in Calvin Goss?
A leader and a floor general.
100%, brother. We will take some of the pressure off you. We won't switch up to some fun questions before you let you rock, man. Again, appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. I know you get a lot of EYBL exclusive drops, but what's your favorite shooter hoop in across the board? Adidas, Under Armour.
You already know it's Nike for real. You already know it's Nike. I think I only have like one Adidas shoe and like one Under Armour shoe in my collection. I have a lot of Kobe's and a lot of GT cuts.
Not a GT. I figured you was gonna say GT cuts. That's your favorite hoop shoe?
Kobe's.
No J's?
Nah. Hooping in J's, I haven't done that in a little while. I haven't done that in a minute.
Okay. GT cuts, Kobe's 1, GT cuts probably 2.
KD6.
KD6. I
Oh,
have
I
some.
go over those.
Yes. 86. You gotta add those.
Has to.
Those are my top three. The Kobe's, KD's, and GT cuts.
GT cuts at 3. That's interesting. Let's see. What do you do before a game? Like, what's your routine?
I do a lot of stretching before the game, and I just listen to music. Mostly that.
What's last thing for me? I'm gonna throw it in Naj. What's one thing that you could not live without that you had to have? Take your time, dog.
It's really two things.
Okay.
My family and music.
And music. All right. What artist?
Music is really good. My favorite artist, I'd say Lil Tony.
Lil Tony. All right. See, we see now we're getting up there. We don't know who Lil Tony is, but I have heard Tony. But I have not heard his music. So yeah.
His music is really good.
Best in the city right now?
Best in the city right now?
He gonna say baby. It's all right, brother.
People ain't saying baby like that no more though.
Right now in the city, best in the city right now.
Right now.
Baby. Lil Tony is up there with best in the city.
All right.
Best song.
What, from Lil Tony?
From Lil Tony. Best song.
Oof.
For you.
I put it on my mixtape. I gotta find it. Let me see.
All right.
Put it on my mixtape. What's this one called? It's one of his new songs, actually.
It just came out like this month over the summer hit.
I say like January.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty recent.
Yeah. I think it's called Kiyet. Like Kiyet. Yeah.
All right.
I know that one. Kid. All right. Yeah. Now we talked about the craziest sequence for you. What's been the craziest game you've ever played? You went stupid. Yeah.
You gotta go back to 8th grade middle school. I think it was 45 in the game for the in the Metro State Championship.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 45.
Y'all won?
Yeah, we won. I think we won. Actually, I think we won by like 15.
Wow.
So,
So what went through your head like before? Like obviously you know it's a lot on the line. Like when you know you're gonna be in that group?
Go out and kill. Go out and kill.
Oh, thank you. I like that. Who's your GOAT?
My coach from middle school.
No. Who's your GOAT?
My GOAT.
Yeah. We gotta answer that before we let you go. Yeah. Who is your GOAT?
Kobe.
That's respectable.
Ooh, Kobe. Kids don't even say his name no more. Wow. Why Kobe?
That's a dog. Kobe. That's a real dog. And he was consistent with everything. He really didn't take off on anything either. Like his mentality, that's what like had me inspired by him. Like I liked his mentality and his work ethic.
You got the book?
I actually think I do up in my dad's room because my dad was a big Kobe fan too.
Nice.
Yeah, we both love Kobe.
I'm sure you got posters too.
I actually do. And then what's it called? You know, like in some of the Kobe shoes, used to get posters from the shoes too.
Yeah, facts. Boy, that's been
a minute. Hey. All right. And last two. What's been the toughest player, or if you can't say the toughest, give me the top 3 toughest players you've ever won against. You can't narrow to one.
Toughest player that I went against. I'm gonna have to say my teammate AJ.
AJ Williams.
Yeah. Really. But if we had to go with going against guards, like actual guards, JJ Sadigear or hmm, probably Breland Craft.
Really?
Mhm.
Why Breland?
He got good pace. He
Yeah.
got the pace, and he's really consistent at his shot.
Okay. Last one for us. We'll let you ride. What is your favorite hoops moment of all time?
My favorite hoops moment,
Yes, all time.
my sequence, the sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that,
I
brother.
don't, I don't think I don't think anything that I've done can top that.
Facts.
It was crazy. It was a great experience.
Can relive that moment over and over again.
Yes.
I love that, man. Well, as we let you go, man, anybody you want to shout out? Any closing comments or questions you got for us? We'll let you rock, man.
I like shout out my grandparents and my pops, Calvin Goss the third and the second, and shout out all my coaches from Jonesboro and Georgia Stars.
There it is, man. There it is. Appreciate you coming on, Calvin, man. It was a pleasure talking to you and telling your hoop story.
All right, now thank y'all for having me.
Anytime,
Absolutely,
brother.
brother.
Much
See you
love.
soon.
Sir. Calvin Goss, man, in the flesh, man. Appreciate him coming on. Calvin Goss, I would be watching. Congrats. Johnny Doe. Johnny, where are you coming from? See, look at the comments. That coming from Bacon?
I don't know. Let me see.
Johnny Doe. You know, all I know is Johnny Doe. John Doe, you know. That's usually for a corpse or something. Johnny.
Ain't no telling, man. I know. Ain't no telling.
Definitely.
But we appreciate you joining in, though, brother. Kevin Goss is one of the ones, man. You know, the sequence is all that needs to be said. Real talk. If you don't know what it is, it's pinned at his IG page right now. You can see and be amazed at the wizardry at work. But yeah, man. So that's Calvin Goss, Jonesboro, elite guard, Georgia Stars, Georgia Stars, Peach Jam back-to-back champion, junior EYBL and 15U. Laughing emoji. But ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. We're about to tap into some interesting topics. First on the list, we're going to talk about the takeaways, our biggest takeaways from the NBA draft. You want to go first now, or should I go first?
Nah, let you go first.
All right. So my biggest takeaways from last night, I think Oklahoma City drafting Aday Mara from I think he came from Michigan. Yeah, Aday Mara from Michigan. Them drafting a 7'3" big man, 7'3" center, kind of like another Chet Holmgren. Just let you know that they didn't take the Spurs and went beyond them, beating them down. You know what I mean? To the point where they couldn't really create the mismatches they wanted. Of course, Jalen Williams being on the bench definitely hurt their chances. But addressing that, I think still having Hartenstein, still having I know Hartenstein I think is free agency swing right now, but having him and having at least 3 bona fide big men definitely stirs up their front line even more. So that was one of the biggest takeaways for me. Number 2, which we see now to this point how it's come to fruition, was Christian Anderson being drafted to the Charlotte Hornets. I know we were like, man, what are they doing? You know, they already got LaMelo Ball. Christian Anderson's a great. Say it again, brother.
They had a plan.
They had a plan. You know what I mean? We see today that LaMelo Ball is being traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So that's my biggest my 2 biggest takeaways from last night. But brother, what were your takeaways from last night?
From last night specifically, I think Isaiah Evans pairing up with, and I know they got LaMelo Ball, but I think that's the situation. I'm not saying he's going to be a prolific scorer that he was in high school, but that's the situation. He could potentially go and thrive with his size, 6'7". You know what I'm saying? We see him up close and personal. I feel like sometimes with Duke, he was relegated to just a shooting role almost to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
with them kind of surrounding talent with Cooper Flag and then Cameron Boozer, didn't feel like he always got a chance to like flourish that the way he could. And I think coming into the system, they're gonna need somebody else to step up and help them out. I know they got the Sumu, they'll have LaMelo, they'll have Ant, right? But they're gonna need another like long wing that can come in there and contribute. I don't know if it will be early on, but I think him pairing up there is going to be very intriguing in my humble opinion. So that was a big takeaway. I think that helps them out a lot. I'll also say I wasn't the biggest fan of Acuff, of him going to, I think it's Sacramento.
Yeah.
I just was not the biggest fan of that. They're already guard heavy, Zach LaVine, and then DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook. I know they're veterans, but it's just like you don't need more guards. I just kind of hated that for him, and I felt like he could have went to a better situation. In my humble opinion, so I wasn't the biggest fan of that in my humble opinion. So that one was a little bit kind of surprising to me to see him go there. And I think LeBaron Philon, him dropping to number 22. He had a pretty productive career. I didn't see him dropping that low. He was very consistent, good scorer. To go number 22 for LeBaron, I think was interesting to say the least.
That's a good point. I know there's been some chatter about him dropping that low. Like you said, he is a scorer, plays good defense, big guard. Yeah, honestly, if the Hawks would have picked, I like Flemings. We'll get to that in a second, but yeah, I think that was a head scratcher too. But I will say this about the Kings: they're trying to shop Sabonis, so maybe we see some guards. They may move along with Sabonis and bring in another piece that they may like. But we'll see about that. So I guess we'll go right into LaMelo Ball going to the Timberwolves. I think that was a must move for the Minnesota Timberwolves had to do something. I'm gonna say pacify and satisfy Anthony Edwards because he seemed a bit agitated about how last season ended, and there was a lot of talks about him coming to Atlanta. It's his last year on the contract with them, so they had to do something. Now, how will it pan out? As it remains to be seen. LaMelo's an alpha. Anthony Edwards is the alpha dog on that team. I think it'll work. It's gonna be interesting though. It's two ball dominant guards right there, and somebody's gonna have to take that last shot.
I think for LaMelo, it's gonna be that maturation process for him playing in I don't want to say a bigger city than Charlotte from being in Minnesota, but definitely more of a spotlight, right? Like with Anthony Edwards, he generates views. Like not that LaMelo doesn't, but you're gonna be in more bigger matchups, more on ESPN, more featured, more making the playoffs in the postseason. But it's gonna help in out a lot because you got a guy that can play make, right? That can help free you up. So when they want to run those doubles, that's a lot of what his frustration was. He was getting doubled and nobody could score or make baskets.
Yeah.
Now you got several people. LaMelo gonna go get him a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation. And you got the Sumo too is kind of coming into his own a little bit. So it's gonna help spread the floor, right? But like you said, it's only one ball at the end of the game. So who's gonna take it? Right. So, it's always in these scenarios, somebody gotta sacrifice their game a little bit. But if you're LaMelo, you're in a better position to compete, I would say, as opposed to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Two different scenarios and situations. You know what I'm saying? For him, a loaded West, to say the least. Like San Antonio ain't going nowhere. Like, OKC's not going nowhere. It's going to be very tough, but at least you got, one of the better point guards that can lead your group, lead your team, and you could be dangerous potentially. So I like the pair. Most people are like, well, Naj, why would you get rid of Naz Reid? You know what I'm saying? But, I think for them, they was like, yo, we got to get another backcourt mate. Like, it can't just be Ant. Like, he needs help off that. I like the moving Randall, but some people like they could have moved somebody else like Jaden McDaniels. I like Jaden. Jaden gives you defense. He's long, wing. You know what I'm saying? He has that different kind of mindset. You just need another, like, scorer alongside him. He fits a very, like, key role, that 3-and-D kind of guy. He can score some, but can definitely defend at a very high level. So I like the move. I know we're going to be talking about defense, but Anthony Edwards plays defense. McDaniels is a really good wing. So you just need him to be mature, and you just need him to be able to his game to maturate a little bit for them to take the next step.
Nah, I think so. I think you hit the nail on the head right there. Do you know who they drafted last night?
Who?
The Timberwolves. I'm looking.
Oh, Evans.
Sorry. Yes, right. Isaiah Evans. That's right. He's gonna have to be a Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State. They got a power forward, 6'9". So, you know what I mean? Physical, runs the floor well, handle the ball. Got to work on this jump shot, though. So, I mean, you know, and like you said, Isaiah Evans, still got Jaden McDaniels, still got DiVincenzo. I think they're going to be interesting to watch. Like you said, the West is going to be very competitive next year. Still got Joe Ingles, a sharpshooter, off the bench potentially. So it's going to be an interesting team, but it's going to be definitely, like you said, a maturation process for LaMelo Ball. But nonetheless, that's a box office trade. And box office trade. We're going to talk about your Miami Heat, brother. You know what I mean? I picked up the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bam Adebayo. I feel like it's top 10 in the league. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to say it. But what do you feel about that trade?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Miami, you had to make a move. It was stagnant for a while. Like you had Jimmy kind of pull you out of the reservoir of pretty much mediocrity. When he got a chance to go over there, he got you to multiple conference finals, conference championships, making it to the NBA finals multiple times against Yoke and then LA a few years ago. And it was just you need another running mate. Now, some people feel like it's going to stagnate Bam and the pairing of him two when it's not what shows. But you've seen with Bam. Right, your front court gonna be strong because with Bam, he can at least score. He scored 80+ points, so we know regardless of the opponent, he can score that basketball. Right. My concern is the guard play. You do got Davion Mitchell, you got Nikola Jovic, right? But just do you have enough around? You gave up Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero, right? Chacon, like you gave up a lot of pieces. Do you have enough around those two to compete? You do got some pretty good players. We know Mitchell's gonna at least give you a gritty, tough, pesty point guard. But just do you have enough scoring outside of those two? Because most people are going to try to clog the paint, especially when it comes to Giannis. You're going to need shooters on the outside and people that can kind of help out the floor. But I do like the move. You know what I'm saying? It shows me that you want to win, and it shows me that you're taking it very serious. If you Pat Riley, biggest move he's made in quite a long time. We know he's gotten Shaq. We know he's gotten Bosh. We know he's got LeBron James. So he's done this move before. So now it's just, can it lead to wins? But the good thing is the East is wide open, right? Like there's been rumors. I'm sure we're gonna talk about Jaylen Brown. There's just so much like kind of unknowns in the East. Even though the Knicks won, it's guaranteed to get back. Indiana, we know Tyrese Halliburton messed up his leg, but like they didn't get back. Like each year is just different. There's no dominant central authority team compared to the West. OKC is gonna be there. Now San Antonio is going to be there. Minnesota's going to have something to say. Nuggets going to have something to say. Like you just know that. So it's different compared to like a wide open East.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. The Heat did draft Trey Donaldson from the Miami Hurricanes. To me, it was a box office last year for the.
He's good.
He's very good. Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's gonna have to grow into that role, but like you said, they're gonna need some more guards to pair alongside that strong front court. But I think free agency just is we haven't even started yet really. But still seeing things unfold. But I would say the East is bolstering up. The Wizards are going to be they're going to be good next year. I think the Wizards are going to be good next year. Like I said, Indiana, the Bulls seem to be trending in the right direction. We got to see what Charlotte's going to do. Orlando's competitive. Philly is a staple in the East. The Hawks look like they got exceptionally better last year. One of the hottest teams in Toronto is solid. Cleveland, until Cleveland gets rid of James Harden, I want to put a big question mark on them. But so yeah, I think the East is shaping up. I think the gap between the East and the West is closing. I still, like you said, I would lean towards the West being a stronger conference. But this is the strongest the East has been in a long time.
Yes.
So I would say that. But my thoughts on Miami, Miami's move for Giannis, I think, like you said, they had to do something. It also takes some of the heat off Pat Riley because a lot of people were coming out and saying, he needs to retire. He's losing touch with the players, being too strict. But Pat Riley continues to pull. Well, number one, they're they're loyal to their players. Bam has been in Miami for a while. Tyler Hero had been in Miami for a while. They take care of their guys. Giannis has them. Though he was an older player, you know what I mean, not a part of the younger generation, but he sat on the bench for like 4 or 5 years just being really an assistant coach
Right.
before now being with ESPN. So, Pat, they do things differently down there in South Beach, but they take care of their players.
They do.
So I think this move, you know, maybe just keep things rolling for Miami. Coach Spoelstra, maybe the best coach in the NBA, definitely top 3 if you ask a lot of people. So this is a good move for them to keep things rolling, keep the ball rolling in Miami. And I think they will be top 3 in the East when it's all said and done.
Guys, top 3?
Top 3. Top
Slow
Giannis.
bold, my friend.
What's that?
Slow bold, my friend.
Who's going to be better than them? Yeah, Giannis is Bobby Porter's.
I mean,
Bam.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unknown. The East is like really a toss-up, bro. You never know.
Andrew Wiggins.
I don't believe in Wiggins. I'm gonna be real. has had a solid career, but for number 1 overall pick, I don't.
Not gonna argue with you there, brother. He had a couple good years. What did he get drafted to again?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. That's right. He got drafted to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. And he had a resurrection with Golden State, got his little money on, and then got traded to Miami. He got his little ring, little money on after him and Jordan Poole. And now we don't talk about Jordan Poole no more.
He played for the Wizards a long time, for a couple years.
Yeah.
That's true. So let's see what else we got on the list. I don't want to just get off to a tangent because I'll talk about the NBA for a while. All right, let's go to the Hawks. Did the Hawks, in your opinion, pass or fail your test by drafting Kingston Flemings and Okafor? I can't remember his first name right now, from St. John's.
No, I think they did good. I think they cooked. I think they brought in the right players. You look at Kingston Fleming, he's your future quintessential point guard. And he was a guy, you've seen him last year at Houston, run the offense the right way, make the right moves, and now you're in the dawn of a new era without Trae Young. Right now, we know last year what they were able to do. You know what I'm saying? I know they ended up losing to the Knicks, but it pretty much gave them the best fight they probably had.
Yeah.
You know, maybe outside of the Spurs. So you're getting just a point guard of the future. Now you got some tradable assets because Zachary Richichet, you're probably not going to hang on to him. He'll be traded at some point, in my opinion. Just unplayable at this point, being a top pick that he was. And, you know, you look at the rest of the Dyson Daniels, right? The rest of the pieces you have. You have a nice core, you know, moving forward for the Hawks that can win and win at a high level. So now it's just, can Kingston be a guy? Can he have a Dylan Harper type season, right? Dylan Harper was like, well, but he didn't they should have played him more. That was a rookie coach, you could tell, because he should have been playing more in those minutes, especially when De'Aaron Fox was struggling. But can he have that type of a season with this program and his team? I think it's going to be big, right? He ain't got to score 20, 30 points, but can he run the right offense? Can he make the right plays on the NBA level? If he does, the Hawks can be dangerous. We know about, you know, Jalen Johnson and all these pieces they have. So they missing that one centerpiece that can run the show, be a floor general. I think Kingston Fleming is going to do it. And then Okafor, he gives you another big man presence. He'll be able to do some different things and help on the defensive side of the ball. But I think they're currently stacking a really good roster that can compete.
Yeah, I can agree more there, brother. I think Kingston Flemings will be that quintessential point. That's a great word, quintessential point guard that the Hawks have been looking for some time. You know what I mean? Takes good shots. You know, doesn't take a lot of shots from outside, but he shot 39%, I believe, at Houston. But you know, I mean, I have watched his tape extensively to this date. I see some flashes. Well, you see a lot of Jalen Brunson in this game. It's crazy how much Jalen Brunson has impacted. We just heard Kevin Goss talk about has impacted, and I'm sure he got it from somebody else, but has impacted just the guard play from moving on from here on out. I see some Derrick Rose in him. You know, I mean, some people look crazy, but I watched a lot of Derrick Rose highlights. If you're a real Derrick Rose fan, you can see some of that in this game. Takes down blocks, where he finishes at the lane. The brother's going to be something special. It moves Dyson Daniels out of the point guard position and start knocking down open jumps. Spot up jump shots was going to be very important, and that now unlocks Jalen Johnson to kind of to free roam. You don't have to rely on him being as much of a facilitator Now, when we move to Okafor, I was a little confused. I saw the 6'7" thing. Some people
Right.
call him 6'9", but his back to the basket game, his high energy, his motor. I mean, I think that's a chess move. I think that's a chess move. Hats off to Onse Onlay, if I'm saying this last name correctly. I think that this might be the steal of the draft.
Why you feel that way?
Because good defenders in the NBA is at a premium. You know what I mean? Especially at a power forward, like a Draymond type of position, Draymond type of player. Somebody who I think he was one of the better shot blockers last year in college basketball. But we have just a Tony Allen, we have a Draymond Green, we have a Dennis Rodman, a Pesk. I mean, that's gonna create offensive buckets. Yeah, that's tough to contain because he not only is giving you energy, but he's a physical presence. That was a tough mismatch. Like look at Mitchell Robinson last year. Mitchell Robinson had LeBron's strength and a decent back to the basket game. I think I mean it's a different New York Knicks team. Or if the Spurs have somebody like that, I think. We never know what happened with the Spurs last year, but you're just a better team because of somebody who's going to give you all they got on the defensive end and not really care about scoring. Now, the totality of the Hawks, like you said, they got a lot of trade capital. You got Zachary Ricochet that could possibly be dealt, which opens up the Jaylen Brown play and potentially Anthony Edwards, depending on how that goes. But for the Hawks to continue to add assets, continue to add talent, and to have the roster at a full, I mean, it's limitless what the Hawks can become and grow into. So that's my spill on it. I think the Hawks are trending in the right direction for sure, and they get an A plus. They get it. I initially gave him a B minus. I'll give him an A plus.
Well,
Give him an A plus.
Hawks fan approves.
I approve, man. Flying colors. All right, man. So as we wind down, I think I had one more NBA topic that just popped up in my head, but it escaped my mind. So we're gonna go into high school players that you need to keep tabs on as the summer winds down. Number one, we're gonna start with a guard not Green Forest. I think it is Green Forest. Kyree Taylor, 2027 guard, has been making a lot of noise. Really since last year, if you ask me, if you've been paying attention to Atlanta sports reels, they're just so quick with the basketball in his hand. Green Forest keeps big guards. You see that there, probably just dunk from maybe 7 to 8 feet out. Shifty handle. He's going to be tough to contain in the open court. Though we haven't seen a lot of I didn't see a lot of pace in these highlights. I'm sure the brother can play. It just seems right now he's playing with a lot of just one speed. And I'm sure he could change pace. This is a pretty good change of pace here, but nonetheless, the brother's a good point guard. So, Naj, what's your thoughts on the 2027 Kyree Taylor from Green Forest?
Yeah, I think you're looking at a guy that, like I said, probably plays at that one pace, as you mentioned, but kind of, I don't want to say shifty, but just knows how to use different angles, obviously to get to certain spots. I think you look at his game, what I'm saying, he has a really good, nice crossover dribble, is aggressive, what I'm saying, and I think definitely has some high upside, but you just see a guy that, athletic, what I'm saying? I think just like you said, being able to play at multiple paces is going to be important for him.
Mm-hmm.
And, this one we didn't get a chance to really see, his scoring ability. We see he can get to the rim, but we didn't see if he can shoot it from the outside. We missed some of those things, but I think a guy that can definitely put the ball on the floor, probably get you a bucket.
100%. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kyree Taylor, 2027 guard. This is at Marist. For those who don't know, this is at Marist. This is probably a little summer league matchup. I can't tell what this is. It's like kind of Dutchtownish. Yes, Dutchtown. So, but definitely be on the lookout for Kyree Taylor. Next up on the list is who is this? I think we got some guards from 6'10" center from Bowdon. I remember seeing Bowdon at the live period. I wish I would have stopped now and kind of checked him out. But a young man right here can put the ball on the floor a little bit. 6'10", rising senior, does everything. Timothy Johnson Bowdon. Let's check him out. So see here, athletic, kind of athletic. You know, when you're 16, you got to be athletic. You know what I mean? Got some post moves here, a little reverse spin. Nice follow with jump shot. Those things are what I kind of look at for high school players or developing players. Shots that I guess normally people would say is not as smooth, but I know that's in his game. I know it with time and with polish. You know what I mean? That could be a little more consistent. We'll see him putting the ball on the floor here, which means that he's been working on that handle. So high upside already. Reminds me of a young Anthony Davis.
I mean, I think to your point, he could be a rim protector defensively. Pretty good paint game and continue to add to his bag in terms of like that little post move right there. He can be very invaluable because then when the team is struggling to shoot from outside, they can dump it down low, and he has the I can't think of the word, but he has the ability to be able to score in that pocket. I say the only thing he has to add is just size to his frame a little bit. But you see some of the things he can bring to the table. But when you bump it down low, at the collegiate level, you're gonna have to be a little bit bigger. But outside of that, I think is a guy, athletic, rim protector, good post game, and a lot of upside in my opinion.
Let me see. He'll grow into his frame for sure. He'll grow into his frame. But that is Timothy Johnson of Bowdon High School, senior center. Should be rising up the boards, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys who are probably a little more skilled than that, who we see on the EYBL circuit and things of that nature. But you can't negate his skill. We got a comment here. Hey, bro, I enjoyed your stream. Fire. I had some suggestions I want to share with you, but I don't want to spam your chat. Let's chat on Discord. Definitely spam the chat, man. Huh?
It's a bot.
It's a bot.
You can tell by how they started the stream. Or how they started the comment. Bot.
That's tough. Moving on. We got two gems from up the road now. It's Landmark Christian. Amir Jackson, we'll check out him first. Secondly is David Omogbehin. Let's check out Amir, man. Landmark Christian in the building. Straight bucket. And this is from the same summer league camp at Marist. But what I really like about him, man, he's an assassin in a triple threat. I think that's what is a stable for guards. You got to be an assassin in the triple threat. Gets downhill, you know what I mean? Changes pace. That's a nice pull up from 27. Is he a freshman? 2028. Okay, so he's a junior.
He'll be junior next year.
Shit, yeah, he's a pace, plays with some pace. That's a nice finish off the glass. That's beautiful, just beautiful crossover to the pull up. But nice. What do you like about him? What do you like about his game?
Seems like he got a knack for scoring to me. It seems like he can score from all three levels of the court. He can drive in, he can create space and hit a jumper on the outside. Very fluid game in my opinion. Like I said, not gonna wire with pace, but I think just very crafty type scorer and feel comfortable shooting anywhere on the floor and just can create that space and get a bucket.
100%. Yeah. I think so too, man. Combo guard, 6'3", so he could probably potentially be a 6'4", 6'5". That's why I got him listed as combo guard. You know what I mean? I think to what you said about Tim, I think he's gonna add on weight as he ages and commits to the weight room a little more. But I think this is the skill is nice. We didn't get to see any of his facilitation and his ability to pass the ball, but I'm sure he's got that in his game. Like you just say, these are more highlights of him scoring. But let's check on David. Let's check out David. 6'7" wing. I believe he's a freshman.
Okay.
2029, so sophomore. You probably say great channel, man. Oh, it's not. That's different vibe, maybe.
No. At least that one looks legit.
Yeah.
I've been showing the Discord. That's scammy.
Dang, that's scandalous.
Yeah.
6'7", already developed nicely as an all-around threat for Landmark Christian. We'd like to see the big man with handle. I like the one leg pull up is a staple for anybody over the height of 6'6". Way to pass out of the double. Rebounds. I mean, so it just, I mean, it's off the charts, man. Talent is just off the charts. I think the highlights speak for itself. High upside. What I really like is the one-legged fade. That's going to be something. That's something you can easily score 10 to 12 points out of. That's not even counting his putbacks. He's going to get the leak out, fast break dunks. But what do you think about it, young David?
Yeah, definitely. You can see some different things to his game, right? An ability to create some space, right, and kind of know where he is, right, with the one-legged jumper. You know what I'm saying, and a smooth game. I would say for the most part, no hesitation. I'd love to see how many more jumpers he could, probably hit at a high level. But seeing a very long wing that knows how to use his body to his advantage, I think Bacon, and can fend off defenders and be able to finish around the rim. But has everything he needs, man. I think it's just continuing to work on the craft of the game and being able to dominate.
1,000%, but a great breakdown from you as always. And I think, you know what I'm saying, could be a resurgence of landmark hoops in general. They've been known for the women's hoops. I think for the boys hoops as well. I think both of the programs is continuing to pad the resume. So that's young David. For the last person on our list is KJ Daley Jr., freshman guard at Hillgrove, to what is already a loaded Hillgrove team, I might add. They just brought in Amir from Overtime Elite, former Osborne Cardinal. So I mean, I know I said it last year that Hillgrove could potentially be the best team in Marietta. But I mean, they keep adding on talent. This is a 6'4" freshman. This is highlights with AOT at the Tip-Off Classic. Actually, this might not be the Tip-Off Classic. Let me see. Yeah, this is Tip-Off Classic, Junior. Gotta fall there, young man. That could have been a charge for you. 6'4", using his length. Defender. Yeah, he's skilled. Super skilled. Cookies. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. He's a dog. I like the defensive instincts. I like the second effort put back. This is against the Celtics. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's plays with a lot of great pace. His footwork is sophisticated, high upside for sure. I'm just interested to see how Coach, it's not Coach Brick, I don't believe. I can't remember Hillgrove's coach name right now, but it's gonna be interesting to see how he mixes everybody in. Him, you know what I mean, Amari Charger, Bryson Jada. I think they still have Landon Grundy on this team, if I'm not mistaken. But now, what's your thoughts about young KJ Daley?
Yeah, man. I think going to next year definitely could be a really good piece for them to kind of help with certain things. I don't know if he'll get a chance to do what he's doing here in terms of more ball dominance and being able to have the ball more in his hands. We got Bryson Jada, Asa Montgomery, but definitely got to can play that physical tone setter role defensively. I think offensively very scrappy. Right, guy that's going to crash the glass, rebound the basketball, get you extra possessions. Very young, very young. I wouldn't say his game's polished just yet. I think he's still figuring out the offensive bag, but a guy that is gritty, knows where to get to his spots, and just can kind of be that weapon for you on both sides of the ball. It definitely can help with rebounding too.
Nah, for sure, definitely at 6'4". But ladies and gentlemen, that's the young hoopers to kind of keep your eyes and ears out for as summer winds down and as the preseason or preschool classics kick off. So stay tuned for that on the Justice News podcast. Before we get out of here, brother, do you have or just anything you want to add to the show that you saw in the NBA draft, high school ball, or collegiate recruiting before we get off the show? What you saw?
I think that was it. I think the only one was Asa Montgomery. He has some suitors in there. His recruiting is very intriguing right now. Obviously, he's a big time forward. I did an article on him. As you guys can see, hold on, let me share the screen real quick before we wrap it up. I said, could Georgia Tech make a run at him? I think it's interesting. The only reason I bring up Georgia Tech is because new coaching regime, but really good coach Chris Kreider and also Wes Flanagan. But the top schools that are recruiting him is, hold on, I put this in here. I believe it was Georgia, Florida State, Florida, and then Georgia Tech was in there. So the reason it's important, they already recruited MJ Curry Bacon. Obviously, not good news from Grayson, but he's killing it right now in the EYBL circuit, averaging about, what is it? He had a high of 44 points on 16 and 25 shooting, so very efficient there. And he's averaging 29 points per game for AOT. So he's doing everything he's supposed to do. So only reason I brought him up, top 50 national recruit. If Georgia Tech can start to, send out for these guys, they had a good close to their recruiting Bacon. I mean, I ain't saying they're going to be elite this year. I don't know what they're going to be just yet. I know they got the talent there. I can say more afterwards, closer to the season than what I see. But I think definitely you making a run for players like this says a lot. And I think it means you're on the right track for turning around the program, in my opinion, because Asa Montgomery, he's busy. But the good thing is to see, can they get him for OV at the end of August, September, when that stuff starts to matter a little bit for hoops. So that's going to be a thing to watch out for next year for Georgia Tech, to see if they can start bringing in some of these top guys. Talk about Ben Louiscano being on campus for UV. It seems like they're still being able to recruit some of these high guys, at least get that respect.
Yeah, man. I think head coach is Carl. What's the head coach's name again?
Scott Cross.
Scott Cross is doing a phenomenal job. It's been a 9-day shift. 9-day shift. I love everything Coach Stoudemire has did or did and done. But you know what I mean, the new regime is.
It's the staff too for him. He had a really good staff. Yeah, he had a really good staff.
Yeah.
Really good.
But they're getting these. I mean, Coach Stoudemire was getting these young guys in. So I will backtrack. I mean, it
feels different though, don't it?
It feels different. It feels like it's they're just bringing in more brand name type of players, especially in the transfer portal. I mean, Coach Damon Stoudemire did a great job of recruiting and bringing in. Like I was thinking, Coach Stoudemire was still at Tech. I think we still see MJ Curry. I think we still see Asa Montgomery, who's probably going to take that OV to Georgia Tech. Because why not? It's a great school for him. It's right down the road. Why not go? So, but yeah, it does feel different to your point.
There it is, man. So y'all can, with our hoops coverage, man, just before we get out of here, just, me and Bacon we're going to turn up this year. We'll have, more reactions, man. We'll see how things go as we try to build this hoop audience a little bit more. We're both busy, both trying to figure things out. We cover heavy, obviously football, but we definitely going to try to have, maybe, we'll see how the season goes. Maybe some big games. We have a live reaction or something like that, 10, 12 minutes or something, talking about the game recaps, not every single game, but if it's a real big one. And then when it's straight basketball season, when it's like January or something like that, and everybody's tapped in, maybe we do that on Saturdays if Bacon don't got a job or a gig he's doing, or if I'm not busy either. So definitely want to be a place y'all can come to, and then we could just have fun, doing some of the, the big game recaps, and definitely follow more of the, the college scene as well, along with the high school scene, and of course NBA. But that's just throwing that out there. We're trying to grow it. We know we can get the audience to do it. We've done it in football. Now we're just trying to get it for basketball. We know it's going to take time, but just look out for that. We might have some big game reactions, over the course of the season.
100%, ladies and gentlemen. Brother said everything I could have said about that. Definitely stay tuned. A lot of things going on. I appreciate the audience for tuning in for the interview of Calvin Garz and the breakdown of our NBA draft analysis. So that is all today. We'll see y'all soon on Monday and potentially Sunday for an exclusive sit-down interview. Tell your story with the one and only The one and only Jalen Braid of Newton High School, man. So appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Peace and